I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight I want to thank Tone Talks, who is Antonio Moore, and Yvette Carnell for telling the truth about Jay Morrison in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. Back in 2018, Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks did an investigation into Jay Morrison. They brought you documentation, they gave you interviews, and they gave you an outcome of what would happen with this Tulsa real estate fund. And they have become extremely true in what they have said. And when people do things right, we should sometimes sit back and congratulate them, not because of the failure of Jay Morrison's fund, but because we finally have people who are telling you the truth about some of these scam artists. I also want to give what happened to Common Sense credit because he did a tremendous expose on the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. But by them giving us this information, they may have saved millions of dollars that people would have donated to Jay Morrison, that they kept that money which they needed during this pandemic. Jay Morrison is a scam artist. We should recognize him as one. He goes on and says that he will be closing down his fund April 29th, like it's a go away party, like next week he going to jail, which he probably should be. There are many people out there who gave $500 and received no feedback from Jay Morrison. And what I'm saying is that they received nothing. What I'm trying to say, they can't even get anything back to say this is a loss, in which they can go on their taxes and get this back. Jay Morrison is the type of brother out there who uses people's aspirations to become not wealthy but secure, to put money in his pocket. We got people like him out here, brother Polite. We got Umar Johnson. So many of them out there running scams in the black community, and no one's holding them accountable. Yes, there are people out there like Lenore Honor or other people like Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks. But we need to get law enforcement onto some of these criminals who are pervading the African American community. This needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. Jay Morrison was a man who sold you a dream, which was a lie. But let me tell you someone who did back Jay Morrison. It's a doctor, a finance professor. I'm the only one that's got a doctorate degree in finance. You know who I'm talking about, Mr. Boyce Watkins. It seems like Mr. Boyce Watkins is always on the wrong side of history when it comes to these scams and what's going on in the black community. You know, a lot of people, you can have all the degrees in the world, but that don't mean you good at business. It means that you good at retention and education. And he was down there supporting Jay Morrison, going to his conference. But I haven't heard anything from Mr. Boyce Watkins. Have you? But I'm glad that Antonio Moore went up there, put up that video yesterday, and let everybody know what's going on. And I know Yvette's going to be on top of this once again. Because it's not to say that they were right. It was to say that before you invest in somebody, look at their background, investigate what they have done in the past, look and see if they have been to jail or if they have scammed someone. Look and see if they have the proper documentation with the SEC. That's what Yvette and Tone Talks taught us. And they have taken so many arrows from the enemy. But they have been proven right once again. People like Jay Morrison are dangerous because what they really do is the people who have invested in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, the next person that comes along who is extremely bright, talented, has all the credentials, have all the proper certificates, who is actually a person who has a plan to get something done, won't receive those funds because of a scam artist like Jay Morrison. And that's what really hurts us in the future. This is why we must critically look at everybody from business, politicians, and education. Who's trying to lead us? Because it seems like people who have a gift for a gab or who can put on a good show, like him and his wife, king and queen, we're having a wedding. You can join, but you gotta pay. Pay per view. These are the type of people who are taking advantage of our people. And they're not white. They're not Asian. They're black. And this is sad to see. And they're supported by so-called prominent people in our community. He was on every major channel selling this bullshit. And he got away with it. Now he's going to walk away with some of your money. You don't know how much money, but he's walking away with some of it. And laughing with his wife. Because I know what? They ain't going to be getting no stimulus check because they got enough of your money. And you don't know how much he put away for the simple fact that he was paying himself and whoever else he was paying with your money. So I want to congratulate Tone Talks, Yvette Carnell, and all those people who've seen this scam coming. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.